Welcome back to Review Remedy, where we help you make informed healthcare decisions with trusted insights from ScoreDoc. Finding a psychiatrist is different from finding almost any other healthcare provider. When you're looking for a cardiologist, you might compare technology or procedures. When you're looking for a dentist, you might compare services or convenience. But when it comes to mental health care, one question matters just as much as qualifications. Will I feel comfortable talking to this person? That's because psychiatry isn't only about prescribing medication. It's about understanding your experiences, building trust, and creating a treatment plan that fits your life. If you're searching for psychiatric care in San Antonio, you've probably discovered there are many highly rated practices, each offering different specialties and treatment approaches. Knowing where to begin can feel overwhelming. That's exactly what today's episode is here to simplify. Today, we're exploring ScoreDoc's list of the 3 best psychiatry clinics in San Antonio for 2026. Rather than simply reading a ranking, we'll help you understand what makes each clinic unique, who it may be best suited for, and what you should consider before scheduling your first appointment. Because the best psychiatrist isn't simply the highest rated one. It's the one who's the right fit for your needs. As always, this episode is for educational purposes only and shouldn't replace professional medical advice.
Before we get into today's clinics, here's something worth remembering. Mental health conditions don't always look the way people expect. Depression isn't always sadness. Anxiety isn't always panic attacks. Sometimes it's difficulty concentrating, trouble sleeping, constant worry, feeling emotionally exhausted, or simply feeling like you're not yourself anymore. Seeking help isn't a sign that something has gone wrong. It's often the first step toward getting the support you deserve.
Let's begin with Phoenix Mental Health, Ketamine, TMS, and ECT Treatment Center. The name immediately tells you something important. This clinic offers advanced treatment options such as ketamine therapy, transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, and electroconvulsive therapy, ECT. Approaches that may be considered for certain patients when traditional treatments haven't provided adequate relief. These therapies aren't appropriate for everyone, and they're only recommended after a careful evaluation by qualified professionals. But if you've been working with a mental health provider and are exploring additional treatment options, this clinic is certainly worth researching. A good question to ask during your consultation is, based on my history, what treatment options are available, and why are you recommending one over another? Understanding the reasoning behind a treatment plan helps you become an active participant in your care.
Next is Salado Creek Mental Health and Psychiatric Services. If you're looking for comprehensive outpatient psychiatric care, this practice deserves a closer look. Many people seeking psychiatric care aren't experiencing a crisis. They're looking for help managing conditions like anxiety disorders, depression, ADHD, bipolar disorder, or other mental health concerns that affect daily life. In these situations, consistency matters. Treatment often involves regular follow-up appointments, medication management when appropriate, and adjustments based on how you're responding over time. One practical tip: during your first appointment, don't hesitate to ask what follow-up care typically looks like. Knowing how your treatment will be monitored can help set realistic expectations from the beginning.
The third clinic on today's list is Serenity Mental Health Centers, San Antonio. If your priority is finding a clinic that emphasizes individualized care, this is another practice worth exploring. Mental health care isn't one size fits all. 2 people with similar symptoms may respond differently to the same treatment. That's why psychiatrists consider factors like your medical history, lifestyle, current medications, family history, and personal goals before recommending a treatment plan. The right care plan is one that's tailored to you, not simply based on a diagnosis.
So how do you choose between these 3 excellent clinics? Instead of asking which clinic is ranked number 1, ask yourself, what kind of support am I looking for? Am I interested in learning about advanced treatment options? Am I beginning psychiatric care for the first time? Am I looking for ongoing medication management? Or do I simply want a provider who takes the time to listen and explain my options? Those answers will often guide your decision better than rankings alone.
Here's another important reminder. Finding the right psychiatrist doesn't always mean finding the perfect fit on your very first appointment. Sometimes it takes a little time to build a therapeutic relationship. That's perfectly normal. The most important thing is finding a provider who listens carefully, answers your questions honestly, and involves you in treatment decisions. Mental health care works best when it's a partnership.
If today's episode helped narrow your search, the next step is simple. Visit the complete ScoreDoc guide, where you'll find detailed provider profiles, patient reviews, and more information about each of today's featured psychiatry clinics. The link is available in today's show notes.
Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. Whether you're seeking support for the first time or continuing your care, choosing the right clinic can make all the difference. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Review Remedy. Until next time, stay informed, take care of yourself, and remember, the best healthcare decisions begin with the right information.